Imagine with Tubi, Pluto, and Peacock. Never existed.
I don't know if my parents were being cheap or trying to discourage an unhealthy habit of watching too much TV, but you have to understand, in the early 2000s, online video wasn't a thing. That meant all the shows on PBS Kids were government or privately funded. So the shows on PBS didn't really have any commercials per se, but they did have the same sponsorship ads that would play a message before every show.
Why Gumball is growing to be a monster.
That he grew up to be a monster who grew up to be the size of a freaking house for no reason. But I think it's a weird combination of two things. I should stop talking. Now let's talk about Arthur. Here's some fun trivia. Arthur is supposed to be an aardvark. Personally, I don't see it. Basically, it was a show about Arthur and his other furry friends learning lessons, but Arthur tended to tackle more serious subjects than the other two shows. Like, they have episodes where DW hears her parents get in a fight and she worries about them getting a divorce, or the episode where Arthur Falcon punches his little sister, and even having to deal with someone you know getting cancer.
What? Cancer?
The character gets treatment and lives, by the way. The show is teaching you slower than an actual
Blur.
What kind of a show makes you wait 16 years for a conclusion? He constantly throws a tantrum whenever he doesn't get his way, but there was a lot of non-animated shows that I still watched. But as much as I'm joking about it, as a kid, I actually really wanted a crossover episode between the shows
Go Diego Go.
and
Dora the Explorer.
which is another show that...
How many characters of them?
So there was a bunch of new characters, and the two shows existed in the same universe, so it wouldn't have been that unbelievable for
And
Cliff...
work together as a team. If we work together as a team, there's nothing we can't do.
You see, it's funny because it's a kid's show and you wouldn't expect them to say that. I waited patiently for that crossover episode, but it never came.